goal. McDonald doing the... Smith can't get it out. Could have got 40 to 50 metres out from goal. McDonald doing the ruck work. It's on the turf. Smith can't get it out. Could have got a free kick though. Yes, he will. He'll pick up the free kick. This is Craig Smith, a young player for Richmond, number 39, but I thought it was his free kick, but he's paid the free kick to Roberts, who now gives it back to Smith and caught North Melbourne unawares. He goes short down the flank. Egan's there. Good mark. Plays on to Anea. Anea looking for somewhere to go. Can he find a teammate? Passes wide, but he's found one. And it's a mark, I would say, to Walsh. Philip Walsh looking for somewhere. Roach is leading. It's a fair way upfield. Walsh coming right out from goal. Takes the mark. But a long... No, it's not Walsh at all. It's Clark.
Clark, he looks a bit like Roach when he lopes after the ball. He hasn't got the ability of Roach at this stage.
I'll see if he can kick. It'd have to be a pretty good kick.
Well, they're giving him a rest, young Simon Clark, down in full forward, and Roach is doing the ruck work. He's a long way out. Let's see what he does. It's not a bad-looking drop punt up to the goal square. Up they go. It's a mark. Pickering. Oh, great mark. Right in the goal square. And this will be another goal to Richmond. And by heck, they're not out of it, Jack.
Oh, they're far from out of it, Pete. This will bring him up to only 10 points behind North Melbourne. And we've been playing 20 minutes of the third term. So the action on Sevens Big League once again as Richmond draw within 10 points of North in the third term.
Michael Pickering, there he is on screen. He seemed to hurt his wrist in the second quarter. But I'll tell you what, he's all over the place. He's kicked 3 goals. He covers so much territory, and that's why he's a good player. And that was a top mark in the goal square, and exactly what they needed. Now, if they can get another one, straight away, they'd only be 4 points behind. They're at the moment 10 points behind at the 20.5-minute mark of the third quarter, and anything could happen from there.
Yes, long way to go in this game of football. Third term, VFL Park. McCann got the tap out. There's a chance for Burton. He moves Richmond forward. They're only 45 metres out from goal. The ball running into the forward pocket now. Dwyer's there for North Melbourne. Hand passes away, looking for the free kick. The umpire said holding the man.
Well, the umpire said umpire Carey said that David Dwyer handballed the ball away, and he was then held too long. And I suppose technically that was a correct decision too. It's on half-forward flank for Richmond. Oh, gee, Richmond, as you can see, they've lifted the tempo of their game. They're really tackling and going in hard now, trying to put pressure on North.
Well, there's only 16,000 people here, they tell us, but they're certainly enjoying the football. Atkins taking the tap down. It came from McCann. He puts it into the forward pole, half-forward flank. Jonas is there. Phil Cracker's there. Can he get away from Eustace? He cannot.
Bad play by Phil Cracker. He should have attacked the ball. He waited for it and allowed Eustace in.
Well, I think they might have been in two minds over there, Peter, because Jonas had a chance to jump on it too. McDonald out from goal, doing the ruck work. Just beats McDonald. Got a hand pass into Ward Waitman. Steele tries to trap it before the boundary line. Can't do so, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
Waitman's the one they need firing, Jack. At the moment, he played a brilliant first quarter here, and he's been fairly quiet since then. 5 kicks and a number of hand passes, though. That'd be close to double figures as normal, but there's Notting punching it away. In went Steele, grabbed by Waitman, a hand pass to Poole. Poole from half-back flank with a long kick towards the centre of the ground. Over the back of the pack, a chance for Hogg. I think it was a good tackle as we see Ramsey get it out to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch has time to get onto the left foot. He kicks it high towards half-forward. That could have been shepherding, I think. Yes, the umpire saw that. Steele will have to bring the ball back. There was definite shepherding going for that mark, and the North player had no hope of getting to it on half-forward flank. Let's pick up who it is as we go back, and it looks like Peter German.
Peter German coming into the middle of the ground, looking for McCann, who can go in toward goal with a long kick, could score. Takes plenty of time to get balance. He puts it on the boot. He's put it through. North Melbourne coming back through McCann. Good play by Stephen McCann for his second goal. North Melbourne 12 goals, 11, 83. Richmond 10-7, 67 on Sevens Big League.
Well, that was a real steadying goal by North Melbourne. A beautiful long kick under perfect condition. There's one of the best men on the ground on screen now in Peter German.
Took a while to get going.
He did. First quarter quiet, but second and third quarters excellent. In fact, his stats at the moment are 15 kicks, 4 marks and 9 handballs. So that's 24 possessions. Not a bad day's work.
Peter German doing well for North as the big league starts again from the centre bounce and tapped down by McCann. Still in the centre of the ground. German tried to get a kick away there, couldn't do so. Roberts' hand pass is a good one. Comes out to the wing position. This Hogg doesn't look like a bad mover. He gets the ball up to the half-forward flank for Richmond. Diving in there is Ackley. He gets it out to Law. Law moves it up to the half-forward, or the wing position. Half-back it is for North Melbourne. A chance for Roberts. Hand pass to Anea. Anea balks. Shoots in a little left foot pass in toward the forward pocket, and a good mark by David Dwyer. He comes out wider, looking for a teammate. There are two, Ackley and Arceri. Ackley takes it, kicks it up high. McDonald out from goal now. Will have to fly high to beat Roach. Roach takes the mark, can move it quickly if he wishes. He's being worried by German. German's given away a 15-metre penalty. It might be 30 now if McDonald doesn't go back. Roach plays on, puts it up high. He'll be looking for the high-flying Pickering. Can he find him? At the back of the pack, it's a chance for a rover. Picked up by Atkins. Atkins takes a bounce around the back pocket. Brings it now up toward the half-back flank. There's no one to kick to as yet. He's waiting for a lead. The lead's coming from Steele.
Yes, Steele and young Smith, number 39. One of the youngsters that Richmond has brought in today. 4 of them, in fact. Well, not all for their first game, but in recent weeks. Craig Smith, number 39. Simon Clark, 42. Jeff Hogg, 48. And Dean Notting, who played a couple of games last year. But there's Roach doing well in the ruck too, getting it down to Palm. Palm straightens up. They need a goal, Richmond, as he brings it up towards half forward. Out they come. Clark overran the ball. The North Melbourne defence is very good as Smith. He'd be happy to see Roach out of the way as Smith brings it straight to Anir. Anir with a hand pass into Walsh. Walsh over the top. This is to Egan. Egan caught. Left foot touched. No, it wasn't, said the goal umpire. That's a goal to Egan, and that's his 3rd.
So it's anyone's game here at VFL Park. Another chance for Anir to move the ball out. And Richmond moving it well. It's Notting moving it out to the wing position on the members' side. Tapped away by Hogg. He's moving all right. Hogg, hand pass from Poole. A chance for Roberts. He can get the ball up into the square. He should use it long. He kicks it high. The high flyers are there. The ball on the turf. Another chance for Richmond. Can they get it away, or Dwyer comes in? No, it's a little Waitman.
Free
the whistle
kick.
sounds. Free kick.
He copped it round the neck. Dale Waitman copped it round the head, 15 metres out from goal. And if he kicks this, the difference will only be 4 points.
Going to have a crackerjack final term coming up, Pete. I can see that. Waitman, 15 metres out, as Peter McKenna told you, and the ex-champ full forward says he can't miss it, right?
I would say he's a great kick normally. If he'll shoot himself if he misses this as he stabs. It would have been another kick anyway. The umpire blew the whistle. They don't need it, though. It's a goal, and the difference here at VFL Park at the 27-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, the difference is 4 points.
Well, the game's unfolding again. It's been played, as I said before. Richmond's first half quarter was good, and North Melbourne's second quarter was good. Each lost a star player in the first quarter.
Jimmy
Cracker went off for North Melbourne, and for Richmond, they lost their halfback in Neil Peart.
Well, Jimmy Cracker is warming up. Don't tell me they're going to slot him in the last quarter, Jack. Well, John Kennedy must be worried.
We're looking forward to a last quarter here, because it should be a beauty. Poole went for the tap down, got it too. The ball still within the centre square, tapped out by Pickering, taken by Smith, taken by Notting. Notting looking for a forward. The kick is long to the full forward position. Here's Roberts. Roberts in the open goal. He shoots. Richmond are in front. Richmond lead by 2 points over North Melbourne on 7's big lead.
Well done, Michael Roberts. Well done, Richmond. They're back in business, the Tigers. They're 2 points in front. 13-7 plays 12-11. I thought at half-time it was how far North Melbourne. Well, you never know in football, and this is a great performance by Richmond in the 3rd quarter. They have really lifted. John Kennedy must be a worried man because, as I said, Jimmy Cracker warming up. He had concussion early. Well, can someone score a goal before 3-quarter time?
Richmond have kicked 6 goals, 3. North Melbourne 2 goals, 2 in this 3rd term. And Jimmy Jess moving the ball away. John Law stands his ground. The ball taken by Passmore. Shot out very wide toward the wing position on the outer side. Schimmelbusch hasn't got the youngest legs in football, but he picks up, gives it back out to Ackley. Ackley back to Schimmelbusch, back to the centre it travels. Steele sets himself, he's outgunned. The ball brought to ground. Yet another chance for North Melbourne to move it forward. German in the back, could have been paid the free kick. The umpire calls play on. German caught again. And still the umpire calls play on, but now he said he will bounce. Richmond lead North Melbourne by 2 points. The time clock getting around toward the 29-minute mark of the 3rd term on 7's big league. We still have the vital 4th quarter to be played. And the little crowd of 16,000 enjoying every second of it.
And Michael Roach, he was starved down at full forward. They moved him into the ruck. Schimmelbusch to Cracker. This is Phil Cracker. Jimmy Cracker went off with concussion in the 1st quarter, and he's been sadly missed. Cracker gone to the boundary, and that is the first time in 2 weeks I've seen him make a mistake, Phil Cracker. I think I've mozzed him.
I was just about to say North Melbourne need a goal before 3/4 time, but that pass from Cracker going over the boundary line on the full, and the free kick is with Burton. McCann sets himself. Poole over the back, can't take it. Germans there, hooked in by Eustace. It's on the ground. Phil Cracker, beautiful hand pass to Steele. Steele, because he's got goals open, he can go if he likes. Little Arceri, he's kicked it up there. Little Arceri against the tall timber. Not good football for mine.
And Craig Smith over to McCormack. That was good play by young Smith. And there's the siren. And what a great last quarter we're going to see here at VFL Park. At 3/4 time, Richmond lead by 2 points.
Sevens Big League, VFL Park, Richmond and North Melbourne. What a game we have. Only 2 points between the teams, with Richmond leading after a very good third term. Picked up by Waitman. The ball kicked toward the half-forward flank. Egan giving chase, picking up nicely, looking for a hand pass. He finds his teammate too. That kick coming from Chikaski, and he's kicked it straight into the hands of the, sorry, that was Poole. He kicked it straight into the hands of Ackley, who moves it to half forward. No one home for North at present. The ball on the turf, holding the man decision.
Yes, it's Smith comes away with the football. He kicks it out wide. He finds there Trevor Poole. Poole with a hand pass to Burton. Oh, he's under pressure. Burton with a lovely hand pass. Further afield to Waitman. Here's a chance. Clark goes back, the big fella. Pickering as well. Oh, nearly took it. A chance for Peter Smith onto the left foot. Gee, that was an opportunity wasted. Ackley fumbles for the first time today. Eventually gets the kick in. It's a hurry one. Arceri against 3 Richmond blokes. Notting was there. Goes in after it. Looks for the hand pass. Elects to go onto the... Well, he eventually gives a hand pass straight there to Steele. Not good play. But eventually Atkins picks it up. Short pass to the centre of the ground where Darren Harris takes the mark.
No one to kick to, really. He's got to put it out wide. Jess is leading for Richmond. He's no one near him. McDonald giving chase. Jess trying to get around McDonald. On the left foot, he brings it back toward the half-back flank position and giving chase now is Cracker. Phil Cracker gets it into John Law. He shoots it into the full forward position where players set themselves. Not taken. There's a chance now for Love of North Melbourne. He taps it out. North Melbourne need a goal to get in front. Love kicks it off the ground. Picked up by Schimmelbusch. Into the open goal he travels and he puts it through, and North Melbourne are in front. Richmond 13-7-85. North Melbourne 13-11-89 on Sevens Big League from VFL Park.
Yes, and a very timely goal by the North Melbourne skipper, and they badly needed that one to start off the 4th quarter here. He has been a reasonably quiet player. He always does the magical things, Wayne Schimmelbusch, but Johnny Anir has picked him up today and is playing very, very close and hard, and Anir has been a good player for Richmond, but can North Melbourne fire as they normally do? They normally come home very, very hard, but Richmond really took it up to them in that 3rd quarter, Jack.
Yes, they kicked 6 goals, 3 to North Melbourne's 2 goals, 2. They went from 23 points down to 2 points in front. Atkins picks up now, kicks high, just underneath the ball. I think it'll come to ground. It's on the turf now, giving chases. McDonald has missed it. Backing up there was Love, but a little bit too late on the scene. McDonald got back quickly to force the ball up.
Interesting to see that young Simon Clark, the big ruckman, is playing at full forward, and Roach, who went into the ruck in the 3rd quarter, has started in the ruck in the final quarter. I thought it would have been the other way around, but still Tony Jewell wanted to keep playing the winning thing as we see Jess knocking it on towards Notting. Notting goes wide. He's looking there for Pickering. Pickering's got it too. A lovely little hand pass across as he finds his big teammate and Hogg up towards Clark. It was a mark to Peter Smith.
Back,
I think he played in the back, did he, Jack?
Yep.
Anyway, mark or free kick. Smith has got it in the back pocket.
He's looking for a short. No, he's going fairly long, looking for little Arceri. He's been put under a bit of pressure today. Some of those kicks that have been delivered to him have been that high. Just about need a step ladder to try and outmark the
That's right. He's been, the poor little fella, he's been right under the ball. Had a couple of those hospital passes about 5 times.
Well, he shot that one down to McDonald. Oh, there's 15 metres against Jimmy
Jess. That's a professional free kick.
That is a professional free kick, but you often wonder if it could be reportable. Yes, it might be reportable. Undue rough play. It is reportable.
No, that might be time wasting.
Well, it could be time. Well, we won't know until we read the report, but it's a report nevertheless. Peter, it wasn't very smart on Jimmy Jess's
I agree, but would you report him for it? No.
Well, he is. The man in white is always right, as they say. I don't know.
Well, you can't argue with them, Jack. That's for sure. They've got the whistle.
They've got the pencil in the book too.
It was deliberate. There is no doubt about that, but I don't know whether I'd report a bloke.
Right, North Melbourne are leading Richmond by only 4 points as a boot. Kick wobbles off the boot up toward the half-forward zone. In comes Jonas, a bit late on the scene, but Waitman got the hand pass out. Notting moves it for Richmond up to the half-forward zone. The ball will come to turf. Underneath it was Roberts. Could have been a free kick to Roberts too. Going in there was Law. The kick comes out to Passmore. Passmore to Atkins. Atkins looking for a lead. He goes out into the half-forward zone. No one home. Nobody wanted it. Pools there for Richmond. Timmelbush for North Melbourne. In goes Palm. Was that a throw? The umpire said no. It's been picked up by German. German knocks away the tackle from Chikaski. German in toward the full forward zone. Can't find McCann. McCann appeals for a free kick. Jonas comes through. McCormick gets a small kick off the boot. And Phil Cracker takes the mark.
Yes, and Cracker, he's got loose men everywhere to give it to. Is he going to? No, he elects to. Now he gives the short one. It's a little chip pass across to find Jonas, certainly within kicking distance. And if he kicks this one, the difference will be 10 points and a bit of breathing space for North Melbourne. But Peter Jonas came on the ground when Jimmy Cracker went off. And we see Jonas, 2 goals to his name. He is normally a pretty straight kick, Peter Jonas. Only 35 metres out, almost directly in front as he stabs at this one. That goal umpire doesn't move and it's a goal.
Good goal kicked by Peter Jonas on Sevens Big League. North Melbourne 14-11-95. Richmond 13-7-85.
Well, there he is on screen, Peter Jonas. He's a real goer. He came on early in the game, as I said, when Jimmy Cracker went off, and he's gone in very, very hard. He's had 9 kicks, 4 marks and 2 handballs. We see Donald McDonald putting a new jumper on. He's now actually playing where? He's gone back into the ruck.
Centre half. Oh, I thought he might have been at centre half forward. He might have come into the ruck.
He has gone to centre half forward, in fact, Jack.
Right, the bounce taking place. Sevens Big League. 6 minutes into the final term at VFL Park, where Richmond are playing North Melbourne, and North Melbourne lead by 10 points. Clark got the tap out. Not him playing quite well. Look at that kick. Up to the big fella. He can't take it. A free kick. Peeling for it was Waitman. The umpire said holding the man.
Yes, yes, and did Waitman make sure the umpire saw that one, because he got rid of the ball with a hand pass. He was held. He's only 20 metres out directly in front, and they need this one. And full marks to Tony Jewell. He's put Michael Roach, after giving him a run in the ruck, back to full forward, and young Clark back into the ruck. And I reckon if they're going to win this game, they need Roach at full forward.
Righto, Waitman, 15 to 20 out from goal, puts it on its way. The Richmond fans in the back of the goal say it's a goal. And the game tightens up once again off the boot of Dale Waitman. 91 playing 95. North Melbourne leading by 4 points on Sevens Big League.
Well, Dale Waitman today, Jack, has had 8 kicks for the game and 13 handballs, and that's pretty normal for Waitman to have more handballs than kicks. We saw there down at Roach, and the difference in height. He's certainly got a height advantage on Peter Smith. He cut Peter Smith to pieces in the first quarter, and eventually the ball wasn't coming down to him and they had to move him into the ruck.
Well, John Kennedy showing confidence in Peter Smith to leave him down there. On screen is Harris of North Melbourne. The umpire about to bounce it. Official attendance 17,223, and my word, are they enjoying this. The ball tapped out there by Clark, and Richmond get it forward. At this stage, no. Underneath there is Clark again trying to get it out, but the umpire said another bounce. A lot of promise shown by these young players today.
I'll say full marks to Richmond for playing them. Notting, Hogg, Clark and Smith. And, of course, Richmond have died in a lot of the games this year. There's Anir, who's always puts in. Steele knocks it on for North Melbourne. It'll be interesting to see if they can go on with it today, Richmond, because they've had good first halves this year. There's Cracker. Caught, handballs away, and straight over the line. It'll be a throw-in.
Yes, boundary throw-in on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground at VFL Park. North Melbourne leading by 4 points. The time clock showing 8 minutes have gone. You're watching the final quarter on Sevens Big League. And it's Big Clark, the young ruckman I spoke of before, diving in again too. He's pretty agile. He's certainly showing some agility there.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't got the skills of Roach, naturally enough, but he looks so much like him. When he went to full forward, you would have sworn it was Roach coming out to meet the ball. There's a big fly, but it's a chance now for Zakaski. Is it? Yes, it is Peter Zakaski. The umpire said it was holding the man. As he comes away, Ackley ducks back. Can he get there? No. The bounce favours Philip Egan. Can Richmond get a goal? Oh, good play, Egan. Hand pass. Back it comes to Hogg. Hogg at centre forward. A stab kick over the back is Walsh. Walsh into the open goal. He stabbed.
Missed it.
Oh, no. He's missed it.
Well, have a look at that. The expression on Philip Walsh tells the story. He should have kicked that one. He could have walked into the goal line, and he's let go. The left foot shot off target. North Melbourne breathe again. They're still 3 points in front. They should have been down the tube then. They should have been down now to Richmond as Passmore sets himself. Hogg taps it down. Who's going to... Walsh caught again, got it out to Hogg. Hogg shoots off the boundary line. It's close. It's not going to make the distance. And Roach takes the mark. But look at the angle he's going to be on.
That was a tremendous mark by Michael Roach. Well done, Hogg, too, to bring it back from the boundary line.
Look at the angle.
Well, he's just the sort of guy, if he runs around, he could kick this. I reckon he ought to run around and hook it on the left foot.
He
Jack.
still hasn't gone back on the angle. The umpire told him.
He runs out. Yes, you could have bet on that.
Missed
it.
it.
He's gone for the banana.
No score. Out of bounds on the full.
Left foot definitely was a shot from there, Jack.
Well, North Melbourne play on now through Ackley from the back pocket. North still under pressure. Down to Cracker, it travels. Who's going to get it? Philip Cracker, he can't get it out. Well played, Eustace. It's on the turf. Atkins goes in from his boot over the boundary line. Richmond still in attack on their half-forward flank. 10 minutes into the final term, and North Melbourne lead by only 3 points.
Yes, and enormous pressure going on out here. 10 minutes gone in this final quarter. There's Pickering on screen, hovering around. Harris against Clark. Schimmelbusch is in there too. This is when Schimmer normally comes good.
Yeah, well, the legs aren't as young as they used to be, Pete. So he's done a bit of work today, and it's a big ground he's on. We'll see in the next 20 minutes what will unfold. Each quarter's gone round about 29.5 minutes. Harris in the front berth. Couldn't get it out. It comes to the back of the pack. Who's in there? Everybody. Johnny Law's in there. Now the umpire will sort things out. 10:39, 10:40 gone, the final term. North lead by 3 points. Richmond on their half-forward flank. Only a long kick from goal. It'll be a long one, though, but they're about 70 metres out from goal. Here's a chance for an air. It's gone straight up in the air. Won't be any mark either. Big play on. Taken here by Egan. His kick goes nearly straight up too, but does cover a little bit of ground. Passmore stands his ground. Atkins goes after it. In comes Pickering. Pickering of Richmond. Can't get it out. 2 North Melbourne players argue over it, and the umpire will bow.
Oh boy, this is a tremendous game at the moment. Tremendous pressure. I thought at half-time North were going to run away with this game, but Richmond, to their credit, have come back. Now, McCann, is it?
Yes.
Charging down the centre of the ground. You can't see him on screen at the moment. He's running down towards the back line. John Kennedy under a lot of pressure there, and all coaches are when it gets like this. There's Peter German, who's been a great player. Gets in the kick, but it's a Richmond mark, and it's taken there by Trevor Poole.
Poole now half-forward flank coming into centre-half forward, looking for Hogg, and he's taken the mark. He plays on, the young ruckman. He finds a teammate too. He finds Waitman. He's done well. Waitman looking. He'll be waiting for Roach. Roach is telling him to bring it up high and bring it long. Now McCann's going back to give Smith a hand out at that full-back position. And Waitman waiting for Roach to get balanced. There's Roach on screen, ready to pounce like the Tiger he is. The kick's high by Waitman. It won't need Roach. It's through. That's a goal. Kicked by Dale Waitman. He kicks his 3rd goal. Richmond go back in front. Richmond 15 goals, 8. Good kicking for goal. 98 points. North Melbourne 14-11. 95 on
The ground, Donald McDonald trying to crash his way through against Trevor Poole. In they go, and the umpire's letting it go. And they're umpiring well, as we see 15-8 plays 14-11, 98-95. 3 points in favour of the Tigers.
13 minutes gone, the final term. Only 13 gone in the final term. McCann beaten for the knock. Pickering comes in for Richmond. His hand pass is good. Comes out to Poole. He's looking for a free kick. Jonas is there for North. He gets a hand pass out. Taken by Chikaski. Up towards the half-back line. It goes, and a diving mark. Taken by Smith of North Melbourne. Ross Smith looking in toward the... No, he's coming down the flank. Looking out toward Jonas. Jonas sets himself, tried to knock it on. Taken by German. German's left foot kick over the head of Passmore. And taken by Jimmy Jess. Jess looking for somewhere to go now. There's a lead in the centre. He ignores it. He goes up long. He's looking for Notting. Notting can't take it. Yes, he's got it. But it was touched. He plays on quickly. Puts it up high. Dwyer tries to spoil. Is successful with the boundary line. Might win out. No, it's still in play. Walsh held by Dwyer. And a free kick to Walsh.
I think this is a very vital period now, Jack, for North Melbourne. Richmond are really desperate. Philip Walsh with a long kick. Oh, Roach has got his eyes and name written all over that football. That was a beautiful kick by Philip Walsh. Roach in perfect position over the back of Peter Smith. He was well on top of Smith in the first quarter until he was eventually shifted into the ruck when they couldn't get it down to him. And now maybe Roach will end up being the match winner. He's taken 9 marks for the game, Michael Roach. Normally a great kick. Already had 2 posters today. That's 2 times he hit the post. Has he missed? Oh, I think he has. And, oh, gee, that would have been a handy one.
Well, they're all handy at this stage of the game, Pete. Richmond 4 points in front of North Melbourne on 99, playing 95. Johnny Law with the ball at full-back. The lead is by McCann. The kick in that direction. McCann has some opposition, though. He can't make contact. and a free kick. No free kick at all. It's been picked up and kicked by Notting. Spoilt there was Pickering. Here's a chance for Richmond. Into the open goal he travels, and through it goes off the boot of Palm. It's a goal. Richmond now leading North Melbourne by 10 points, and the time clock 15 minutes into the final term.
Well, 16-9, 105. Richmond, North Melbourne, 14-11-95. And it's 10 points the difference after a great goal by Palm. But let's not write off North Melbourne, Jack. You and I saw them last year, and half a dozen times we thought they were down and out, and they fought back. This will be a true test of character of the North Melbourne players to see if they can lift, because Richmond are playing the better football at the moment. They're on fire. And can North Melbourne bounce back, because they'll have to score the next goal.
15 and a half minutes gone. The final term on Sevens Big League from VFL Park. What a day. 10 points between the teams. Richmond leading. Can North come back? It favours Clark. He can't make good contact. Jonas went to kick it off the ground. Could have been penalised. It's been hurried down by Passmore. North Melbourne need a goal, but they're going to be turned out by one of the young players here for Richmond in Smith. His hand pass comes away. Richmond get out of trouble.
Peter McCormack to Michael Pickering, who was brilliant early in the game till Law took him out for a couple of quarters. There's the ball by Zakaski up towards half forward. It was Poole, in fact, who kicked that one. Up to Walsh. Walsh to Roach. And Michael Roach back in his right position. This could be 15 metres. Now, let's see. Bit of a wrestle going on behind the play. Ross Smith is there. Is it Philip Egan? It is. Michael Roach, in the meantime, this gives him breathing space to think about it. He's tying up the old bootlace there. And Roach is a cool customer under pressure. Now, I want to see the up. No, he's not giving him 15, but this is not beyond the ability of Michael Roach to kick this goal, because he is a great kick.
Oh, that's not that far out for Roach. He could put this one through without many problems.
He's had 10 marks and 10 kicks, Michael Roach, and lining up, of course, for his 4th goal. We must realise he played a fair amount of the game in the ruck. But as I said, to win this game, they wanted him back at full forward.
Roach going for his 4th goal and trying to put Richmond 16 points in front of North Melbourne with the time clock 17 minutes into the quarter. The kick from Roach is not quite there. It's true for one behind. So North Melbourne breathe again now. They're 11 points down to Richmond with 17 and a half minutes gone of the final term. So plenty of time to pick up those 11 points. 2 straight kicks can win it for North Melbourne, providing Richmond don't score. The ball put out by Harris. Out towards Steele. He can't hold Smith. He can't hold the mark. Might have been a free kick his way, though, and the umpire has played accordingly.
Michael Roach today has kicked 3 goals, 5, and that'll be 15 metres against Michael Pickering, I would think. No, said the umpire. And back it goes to Peter Smith in the back pocket. Well, I thought it would have been a Smith. Comes away with the football. It's a long driving torpedo putt to the centre of the ground. Gee, they've missed Jimmy Cracker since he went off. That's Notting. Notting up towards half forward, over the back of the back. Here's Michael Pickering has a flying pot shot at the goals. Michael Roach, he ducks back. And Roach is marked 10 metres out. Very, very acute angle. As I said, he's kicked 3-5. And I wouldn't be surprised. They've got Darren Harris on him at the moment. Peter Smith's been taken off him.
There's a young fella, Darren Harris, with hardly any experience at all against a fella like Roach.
I don't like that move at all. As we see Roach stab, and it's a goal. And Richmond move further in front. 17-10. 112 the Tigers to North Melbourne. 14-11-95.
The 1986 Victorian Football League Premiership season.
Chance now for Peter Knight with the ball in the forward pocket. He kicks it goal. That's a good one.
Realise you've got to meet him. Out it comes to Russ Kucklick and Murphy at the back.
Picks the ball up, puts it back to the forward pocket. Knight's leading in the race for the ball. He's close to the line with Daniel. Hooks it back into play towards Moncrief and Mackenzie. Mackenzie with a big punch. Gets it back. Knights knocks the ball away toward the centre-half back position. And a good mark taken over the top by Peter Knight. Beautiful mark.
Half forward, the ball starting to drop short, about 30 metres out. Trying to sucker off the ground was Brighters, picked up here, and has been cleared. Hawthorne looking good through Knights. He just couldn't do so. Jaworskis there was tapped back by Cowton, picked up by Knights, and done it beautiful too.
To get this travel, Knights there for Hawthorne. Bright is doing the tackling or trying to. Carlton being sidestepped by Knights.
Towards centre half forward. Oh, Peter Knights almost pulled down a ripper, but he's still going. Knights, he's grabbed by Cable. There'll be a ball up here, I'd reckon. No, it's called play on a Knights. Well played, Peter Knights. Back. Oh, Kennedy has time to manoeuvre around and steady, but his kick is not a good one. Across it goes. Oh, and Bremner. As more kicks out once again coming along the southern flank. Scott is in the slot. Oh, bit nice that. Oh, beautiful Knights.
Down there, a little short of half back. Out towards the wing position it goes. At the back is Knights. Oh, how was that from a snap for goal? Right in the teeth of goal. Knights. Oh, what a mark. Past the Knights. Knights is clear. Running shot for goal. It's in the goal square. It's a goal. What a magnificent goal.
Well, we mightn't even see the game out then. He's had 2 injuries in the first. Must be the same injury in the first 5 minutes of the game. Whereas Knights kicking a goal as he did in the grand final against North Melbourne.
And of course, Hawthorn are premiers for 1983.
Peter Knights, what a player he was. Had the pleasure of playing in 3
deficit into a 13-point break at half-time. Can they carry it on in the third term, or can the Cats come out clawing in this quarter? The vital one in this game as Flanagan wins it out of the middle, but can they take it away? Bright held whilst not in possession. It'll be free kick. Terry Bright to put Geelong into attack.
Quinlan, Doull got a hand to it as well. 2 veterans having a great battle at the moment. Doull paddles it out back to Madden, almost caught. Conlon, he made a meal of a shot before. That one looks a little bit better from Mickey Conlon, and he puts it through for his first. Sevens big league from Princes Park, 38 plays 16 as we approach the 30-minute mark of the opening term. It's been a great one for Carlton, kicking 5 goals 8. Knocked down by Madden, but not very far this time. Oh, Madden and Tilly having a little bit of a box on there as the siren went. And umpire Ian Robinson comes in, so too does Rowan Shores. They've both got books out. They haven't raised their hands, so the siren is still ringing. I don't know who biffed who. And a couple of boundary umpires coming in as well. Now the siren will stop. Umpire Rowan Shores going over to talk to Tilly. Dorotich missed that mark. That was almost a throw, picked up by Laurie. Good tackle by Shine and also Bradley. Corcomelis breaks clear with the hand pass. Birchbot is intercepted. He's got it back again. That was Williams rather before. Over it goes to Johnson, just about Carlton's best player, and the mark taken by Kenny. Blackwell in front of Blakey. Up to full forward. McClure, mark number 3 for this quarter. Mark McClure, the Carlton captain, 40 metres out, if that, but on an angle. Will get the distance or wait on the accuracy. The goal umpire doesn't have to move a millimetre. At the back is Blakey, can't take the grab.
Best performance last week against the Swans. He marked well, got a few kicks to boot, and the former champion from South Australia, from Glenelg, in fact, to kick his second goal, and Carlton's second, and it looks good. Certainly found touch in the opening 7 minutes of the first quarter. Kernahan with Carlton's total score on the board of 2 goals, playing on the half-forward line.
After 6 minutes, the Blues with 2 goals, both to Kernahan, have made a really good start. Now Madden winning at the bounces, does it again. Straight to Bradley. Robertson up to Kernahan. He's got it again. Chessboard stuff by Carlton. Ralph's up at full forward, gives a lead. It's a Foreign Legion forward line. Up to McClure, though. He's in front. Ball up, 30 metres from Carlton's goal. The Blues looking dangerous. Lead 2 goals straight to nothing after 6.5 minutes.
The runner for Carlton having a quick word to their skipper, Mark McClure, passing on some instant information, I should imagine. That beats fellows once more. Half-forward line for Carlton. Pick up Kernahan. Meldrum in front. Oh, could have kicked another goal there. Could have stayed steady for another 1/10 of a second and lined up, but Meldrum's missed.
Gafer. Big riders, no markers. Phillips in front of Kernahan. Well played, Blackwell, got the body in there. Forces umpire Cameron to come in for the bounce.
Knocked out by Simon Madden. Corcomelis goes after it. Motley's there too, but he goes over the line and it's out of bounds, but it's getting closer to the Carlton goal. This time it's only about 50 metres around from that position. Still a goal the difference in favour of Carlton. Knocked out by Madden, kicked off the ground that time by Williams. Another stack-up comes on here, and the umpire will ball this one up for sure. So we've got a bit of a stalemate out there at that half-forward flank position for Carlton. But at least the Blues are keeping it in their attacking zone. About 50 metres out from their goal, out towards their half-forward flank position. They're 59 points to Essendon 53. Grabbed here by Williams. Williams' kick is a hurried one. Chance for Madden to pick it up. He fumbles. He gets it the second time. Not a bad pick-up for the big bloke. A short pass. Motley goes. Walsh can't mark it. He's attacked by three of them. Blackwell's grabbed. Umpire call plaintiff. McClure is clear now. A shot at goal. But it's off target and out of bounds. There'll be a throw-in right against the Carlton point post. So a big chance.
About 40 metres from goal. He's kicked one and the chance to put North Melbourne further ahead. Taking plenty of time at a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit more. Shocking kick out of bounds on the full, much to the delight of the St Kilda supporters, and McConville will take the free kick in the left back pocket. McConville to the outer side, or the mark is missed down there, or is it a 15-metre penalty?
No, it's going back, Pete.
And McConville again to take the kick. St Kilda have been in this match right throughout the night. North haven't been able to open up a decisive break. The Saints got to within 3 points in the third quarter as McConville again takes the kick. Big pack of players out there. Jones in front. Norman spoons out a hand pass taken away by Burns. He's played a tremendous game tonight, Burns. Big stack of players out there over the head of Atkins. Odgers has the chance to get clear.
And he goes for a short pass. The mark dropped by Cunningham. Fashini can't pick it up. Oh, what's that? Budge goes down. Or Peter Budge. A cracker gets it out. Gets flattened in the meantime. Over it comes now to Love. A running shot at goal. This could be good. Yes, it's a goal. Well, Cracker's down. He's still on the ground. Yeah. Norman down. There's two North Melbourne players. Got a touch of the Staggers there. But I think he'll be okay. 7 in favour of North Melbourne. Back it goes now to Jonas. A hand pass coming over to Spargo, showing a lot of dash. There's another long kick towards the goal, but he's off target, and it'll go through for 1 point. So North Melbourne move on.
So that's 1-7. Robert, 125 to 97. Number 32 for St Kilda is Jobley.
Leading Fitzroy by 3 points. Who is going to win out in the end? Who can last the longest in what's been a pretty torrid battle? A long sweeping handball down to the Richmond half-forward line. Thornton couldn't take it with him the first time. It does so the second. Well played, Ross Thornton. Long down towards Quinlan. With him is Jess, and it's Jess who has the support of Smith and Landy, able to get out of trouble. Landy goes wide towards the half-back line, and the mark taken there by Brendan Barr. Barr up towards centre wing. Waitman under pressure from Laurie, fisted wide and over the line. Throw in on the outer side. Manton, Tilley. Manton trying to use the body. Tilley takes it. His hurried right foot kick straight to Anir. Anir finds Michael Roberts. He's been pretty quiet, Mike. Towards half forward. The back was Laurie, unable to mark. He does have support. Keane is on the ground, the boy from Koroit. His kick under pressure, and it goes over the line. Well, they came back strongly, the Tigers, Robert, in that third quarter, particularly late. Can they keep it up?
It's hard to say, Sandy. At 6-point lead to Richmond at quarter time. Fitzroy led by 9 points at half time. Richmond by 3 points at the moment. So it really is anybody's game. Poole. It's the hand pass in. Walsh coming through. Bauer took it. Gave it on to Landy. A poor hand pass. Put Landy under pressure. A good tackle against Conlon. A loose ball picked up by Richard Osborne. Straight to Barwick, who was tackled and lost it. But easy then got been free kick. Richard Osborne picks it up. Puts it towards the square. But Quinlan had given the lead, and Jess comes out with the ball. Has the lead from Poole. He doesn't let him down. He's able to come on. He's got the lead from Burton, but swings it back towards Manton in the centre. And a great mark by Paul Roos coming across from the side into the front position. And Roos, as usual, has been an excellent player in that centre half-back position.
Half-back.
No, good umpire Dennis Rich saying it wasn't the fault of Philip Egan. And Roos now. And to go long. And a well-judged mark that time by Tim Pekin. Pekin has been a pretty quiet player today.
Short. McIver steadies, but off target as he swings in towards goal and out of bounds on the full. No change in the score. Richmond lead by 3 points. The opening 2 minutes of this final term, and the Ghost goes to the outer side of the ground. Hurt has been one of the real flyers. No mark on that occasion. In fact, the free kick will go the way of Richmond, and it'll be taken by Bomber Jones. Looks to get play moving. Does so quickly. The hand pass to Mick Roberts in towards Paul, who takes it right in the middle. He threaded it through 3 players then. He plays on. Needs a running player. Finds one in Landy. Back pedals. Gets the handball clear. Now the opportunity for Sikorsky to go down towards half forward. Roach buffeted out. At the back, Eustace snaps in towards goal. It's a fair looking snap, but just off target and 1 point over. Mark Eustace has contributed 1 goal, 3, and the margin is now 4 points favouring Richmond. Grant Laurie, short. Graham Osborne has Michael Reeves running. He's down to half back to McIver in the middle. Fitzroy surge forward. Out comes Quinlan. The ball pushed far too far out in front. He's under pressure. Does it well. Needs support. Gets it in the form of McIver. A hurried left foot kick down towards Conlon, who tried to tap it forward. Jess comes bursting through, gives it towards Landy, finishes up with Jimmy, and the Tigers almost out of trouble. They will be now if Mike Roberts gets his kick in time. He does, but under pressure, and McIver once again sees it over the line.
Yeah, both sides making mistakes, but most of them with endeavour, so I'm sure that neither coach would be too upset as Manton gets up high. Doesn't get it to a teammate though. It's picked up by Keane, but not before the umpire had blown the whistle and elects to bounce the ball. Bounce to be taken place across the half-forward line for Fitzroy, with Fitzroy holding a 4-point advantage 5 minutes into the final term. A clear tap. Bauer picks it up. Thought about the hand pass. Now elects to go in towards the centre. James in the front position. Over the back it comes. Leon Harris with a hand pass to Barwick. Barwick puts it down, looking for Quinlan. Jess up high, thumps it away, but it goes to the opposition. Roos picks it up, stabs at the goal, and it's 11-point lead held by Fitzroy as Paul Roos continued on down the ground. A loose ball coming across when it was...
Minutes play. Absolutely anyone's. No idea who's going to run away with this one yet. Wakeman, Michael Roberts, a roundhouse right, straight to Leon Harris. Leaper gets a hurried kick in towards the centre area, taken by Landy, goes for the long handball to Bomber James. He's clear, scooting away from Paul Roos, up towards the half-forward line. Roach is there at the back. Grant Laurie is there for Fitzroy. Kept in play, however. Now Reeves goes in, and he is over the line with the football. Another throw. Oh, pressure on everywhere around this ground.
It certainly is, Sandy, with a 3-point lead held by Richmond. 10 minutes have gone in the final term here at Prince's Park. Roach up high. Tilly almost took it. Ania comes through. Tried to get the hand pass out. Now he gets it out to Bauer. A high floating kick towards the goals. It won't make the distance, and the mark's taken by Leon Harris, who, playing on immediately, gets the hand pass to Pert. Pert has time to steady, goes short, looking for and finding Doug Barwick. So Barwick, midway between centre wing and centre of the ground. A nice kick from Barwick towards half forward. Richard Osborne up high. Didn't hold it though. Picked up by Poole. The hand pass from Poole towards Smith. Smith shows a good turn of speed. Breaks the tackle, touches the ball on the ground, goes for the pass. Eustace on the chest. Mark Eustace now. Plays on immediately. Gets the lead from Roach. And he takes the mark. So Roach has kicked 6. Richmond holding a 3-point advantage. Can Michael Roach make it 11 minutes into the term? And Michael Roach, fairly acute angle, but he's only 25 metres out. Kick from Roach, across the face of goal. In fact, doesn't make the distance, and it's stumped through by the Fitzroy defence for 1 rush point to the Tigers.
4 points the margin. Some 12 minutes played. Ross Thornton to bring it back into play. We've got players running everywhere, trying to pick each other. Philip Walsh, Doug Barwick needs support, almost dropped it. Gets it across to Gary Pert. A high kick in towards the centre. A terribly difficult one to mark. Great courage shown on that occasion. Still in the middle. Eustace trying to come away with the football. Can't do so. Trainers and runners going everywhere at the moment. There's a player down.
Tilly down, I think.
Tilly down, not moving behind play. Now he is, and I would say he'll be decently winded after that encounter. Here's the bounce. Players everywhere around the ball. Manton goes in strongly, wins the tap. Here's a chance for Sakaski if he can get onto his right foot. He does, but he goes wide. Roach is there. Notting also as leaving the ground is Tilly. Bad news for Fitzroy. He's battled his heart out.
Not too bad at the moment. I think he'll be back on in a moment, Sandy.
Keane wins it straight to Laurie, but beautifully tackled. Bomber James.
On the man, James. No, the other way.
It is too. And listen to the fans. Play on is the call. Harris runs round him, gets clear, and puts Fitzroy into attack.
MacGyver gave Poole a little bit of a nudge. He came over the top of him, but Poole's able to get it to Roberts. Roberts towards the half-forward line. Harris taps the ball down. The big fellow Manton kicks the ball off the ground. Comes towards Paul Roos. A quick hand pass from Roos to Leon Harris. Out wide now, and Rowe swings it back in towards the centre. Straight to the opposition, though, and John Anea takes the mark. Plays on immediately. Looks wide. Smith not quite ready for it, but Pert misses a centre, and now Smith comes out with it. Pert trying to make amends. Smith wins the ball, loses it, can't pick it up, and up comes back, gives the hand pass on, and it's Burton. Burton's kick touched. Ball play on is picked up by Francis, up towards the square. Roach is there for the Tigers. Almost a good mark in the last line of defence by Roos. He plays the ball forward. Picked up by Thornton. Wobbles towards the boundary line, and a throw-in will take place. Forward pocket for Richmond, with Richmond holding a 4-point lead 14 minutes into the term.
Real desperation. One straight kick in it. The Tigers coming from behind, snatching the lead. Can they hang on to it? Philip Walsh, hotly pressed by Doug Barwick. Over the line, and another throw. Midway through the last quarter. Pert. Roach. Pert, too much strength on that occasion. Used his body nicely. Back down towards the centre. At the back, Sakaski. Will he get a favourable bounce? He does, but he's very quickly tackled. Brown, oh no, he said hell, it's not in possession, he'll get a free kick. This crowd offering the umpire advice. Whether he takes it, we don't know. Play on is the call. A good handball. Burton's kick towards full forward. Roach from behind. Gave a nudge, but has he got it? He's got it. Michael Roach has kicked 6. And this one, should he kick it, will give the Tigers a 10-point lead. 15 kicks, 11 marks. Fine performance, isn't it, by a full forward, and so far 6 goals. And now goals 4 to Michael Roach. 6-4, and Richmond lead by 5 points. Roos, no one on him. Can go over the top to Jamie Cooper. Used also today as an interchange player with Keane, but the kick is a poor one. The disposal not good. Now an opportunity for Bomber James to spear a pass into half forward. Here go the Tigers again through Burton up towards full forward. Roach getting back on it. He's got it. Tremendous mark by Michael Roach under enormous pressure. 6 goals for and an angle that should not bother him. Michael Reeves saying to the umpire, it's a hard man to handle. And he is. This could make the margin 11 points. But just that a bit harder for Fitzroy. He hits the post and he cannot believe it. So now we do have one straight kick in it. And I'll tell you what, posters have been with Michael today. That's the third one. Could we have a tie? Scores level at the end of this game. Who knows? Barwick sending Fitzroy forward as he scoots away up towards centre half forward. No mark taken. Waiting down at the back was Osborne. Gives it across to Mickey Conlon. Mick, you can cover yourself in glory. He fires towards goal and puts it through. And scores are level. The stretcher's out now. This waiting isn't going to help Michael Rope much, is it?
No, just puts that added pressure on Sandy. But Michael has missed his last two, so on the law of averages, he's probably due to kick it.
Great drama as this game comes towards an end with still either side capable of snatching it.
At this stage of the game, I doubt very much whether they need worry about going across the interchange.
No, I think they could just take him straight across the back.
They're not going to take any chances, Sandy.
Okay. In fact, they're talking, I think, conferred with the umpire. Now, Michael Roach. Looking for goal number 7. Looking to level the scores. And one man who can't look is Michael Reeves. Right, play, says the umpire. Roach. Got everything against him here. This is a pressure kick. The drop punt's on its way. And he's got it! What a pressure kick! What a pressure kick from Michael Roach. His 7th. Scores are level. And what a game this has turned out to be, Bob Scott.
And Grant Laurie has gone to full back to pick up Roach. Not a task anybody would like when the full forward has kicked 7 goals, 5.
He lost the run.
Centre bounce. Manton, Keane in there now for Fitzroy. A high bounce it is. Keane gets a tap. Fresh air kick by Egan, who then dives in underneath. Tried to tap the ball forward. McIver comes in for Fitzroy, and another bounce will take place.
Just a couple of minutes away from entering time on. There will be a little bit of time on, what with Reeves leaving the ground as Keane tries to get clear. He can't. He's beautifully tackled. He's pinned by holding the ball, and Richmond will go into attack again. Manton, oh, his handball is not good. Thornton couldn't intercept, but he's got support through Pekin. Pekin across to Bernie Harris. He's caught. Not before he gets it back to Pekin, trying to find Thornton. He's under pressure. They're all under pressure here at the moment. And eventually it's Francis who comes away. Gives it to Philip Walsh. Walsh to half forward. Roach is out here again. Tried to tap it over the back. Here's an opportunity for Notting. Fires in towards goal, but he's off target. It could be the most valuable point kick for the day. They lead by 1 point, the Tigers, and they're about to enter time.
So Grant Laurie will bring the ball back into play for the Tigers. That's for Fitzroy, I should say. Straight up the centre. Keane in the front position. It's punched away. Harris gets tackled. Comes off. Keane picks the ball up. A high floating kick in towards the middle. McIver the favourite and takes a courageous mark. McIver hand passes to Leon Harris. Having trouble picking it up. He does so. Gets it to Pert. Pert popped one too high and he'll go back and take the kick right from the centre of the ground. Now, I do believe that Pert will go for the long kick. Almost into the time-on period. Gary Pert. He's a beautiful kick, so I would believe he'd go long. Long it is. The torpedo punt kick. Right down towards the forward pocket. Osborne couldn't take the mark. It's punched away by Landy over the boundary line, and a throw-in to take place in the forward pocket for Fitzroy, with Fitzroy trailing by 1 point. Bernie Quinlan, Jimmy Jess. Jess gets the tap. Eustace is there for the Tigers. Dives in, throws the ball back almost. The loose ball comes out again. Landy kicks it off the ground. Murray Brown picks the ball up. The hand pass to Richard Osborne, tackled by Roberts. He lost it. So too does Bernie Harris, and the free kick has gone the way of the Tigers. Smith of Richmond goes short, finds Walsh. No, he's spilt the centre. The hand pass comes across. Conlon from Barwick to Barwick. Barwick snaps and scores a level. 1 point kicked by Doug Barwick. 18-13, 17-19. 121 points apiece into time on. Jimmy Jess. Straight up the centre. Hoping for Manton. Keane up. Couldn't take it. Egan burst through. The wide hand pass taken by Burton. Burton puts it wide. A deliberate pass out wide to Bauer. Bauer puts it up towards the half forward. Notting out in front takes the mark. He'll be looking for Roach. No movement. So Notting goes long. Hopes for Roach. No, Roach cannot get there. His opponent does. And Grant Laurie takes the timely mark. Laurie puts it towards the centre wing. Keane in the front position. Punched away by Poole. Keane recovers well. Puts a kick towards half forward. It bounces towards the boundary line. Over the line it goes. And a throw-in will take place. Half forward flank for Fitzroy with scores level. Sakaski of Richmond. Conlon of Fitzroy. Now it's Manton. Manton against Keane. Manton grabs it from the ruck. The long hand pass. Cooper comes in for Fitzroy. Just keeps it in play. Up towards half forward. It's stumped away by the defence. Taken by Manton. His hand pass over the boundary line. And once more, a throw-in on the half forward flank for Fitzroy with scores still level. 121 points apiece. Pert coming in for Fitzroy. Manton gets a backhander. Taken by Keane. Floats the kick forward. Landing in the front position. Comes away in good style. Swings it wide. Eustace the favourite. And Eustace does not let him down. Plays on immediately. The hand pass to Egan. Egan from the point of the square. A poor hand pass. A favourable bounce to Burton. Burton goes goalward. He's offline. Just keeps it in play though. And Richmond back in front by 1 point. 122 Richmond, 121 Fitzroy. 2 minutes have gone in time on. Probably about another 4, maybe 5 minutes left to play as Grant Laurie brings it wide. Keane in the front position. No mark taken. Tapped on by Roos. Picked up there by James. Now Eustace. Eustace trying to get the hand pass. Kicked it off the ground. It floats towards half forward. Over the back came Notting. Picked up by Pekin. A lovely hand pass to Pert. Pert taking a little bit too long, but now gets it to McIver in the centre. McIver now plays on from the centre. He directs it wide towards Osborne. Osborne up high, but it's punched away by Landy. Picked up by Quinlan. He dummies beautifully. Now he's got time to steady Quinlan's kick. Off the side of the boot, down towards the forward pocket, over the boundary line on the full. So the Richmond pressure temporarily relieved by a free kick. Michael Roberts with the kick. The short kick is there, and Bauer takes it for Richmond. So Brendan Bauer from the back pocket. In towards the centre. Pert can't take the mark. Over the back it comes. Burton picks it up for Richmond. A high floating kick. Cooper punches the ball away. Tapped on that time by Thornton. Picked up by Pert. The hand pass to Brown. Brown has the player loose. And Rowe takes it. Rowe from half forward goes long. It's across the face of goal. Out of bounds once again on the full. Still 1 point in the favour of Richmond. As Landy, not quite sure which way to go. Surely he's not going across the face of goal. A long kick from Landy towards half-back. Pert the favourite. Quinlan coming over the top. Pekin puts it towards half-forward. Conlon and Sakaski. Sakaski can't pick it up. Barwick does. Leon Harris to his brother Bernie. Bernie slips. The hand pass. Back now to Rowe. Rowe floats it towards the forward pocket. The mark is taken down there by Roos. Roos goes short into the square and Quinlan has taken it. No! Osborne a snap and smothered. Quinlan picks it up. The snap towards goal. Murray Brown's there and it's punched away over the boundary line. and still 1 point in favour of the Tigers. 4 minutes of time on play, 29 minutes gone in the final term. Over the boundary line it goes once again. Desperate play by both sides. Keane is there for Fitzroy. Quinlan at the back. Manton gets the tap. Landy, but it's through for one. No, it's taken by Landy. Landy puts it wide. Brendan Bauer leads in the race. Tackled by Rowe. He just breaks the tackle though. Up towards half forward. And Waitman takes the mark. 1 point in favour of Richmond. Waitman taking his time. Gets the lead. Goes short to Roach. The sliding attempt. There's the siren. Richmond have run out winners by 1 point. Richmond 17-20. 122. Fitzroy 18-13. 121.
With a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win. For we're from Tigerland. We never weaken till the final siren's gone. Like the tiger of old, we're strong and we're bold. For we're from Tiger, yellow and black. We're from Tigerland.
Play being transferred back toward the centre. Young, a beautiful mark for George Young.
Preston. And a mark taken here by Colling. That back line standing up pretty well for St Kilda as the ball goes back. A beautiful mark by Young.
To the flank on the outer side of the ground, or southern side. There's Young racing for it with Rice. Young's got the break all right. Young steadies for St Kilda. That's a big kick down in the forward zone. It's gone through. It's gone through.
For the Saints until it's picked up by Cowboy Neal. Short pass, and it's through by George Young.
This is to Callery. He taps it out nicely. There's an opportunity for Breen. He goes into the open goal. He shoots as a man in the square. Who is it? It's George Young.
Muir to Colling to Judson. His kick up to where Young's in pretty good shape. He gets back and takes. Runs on and on. There are 3 empty American.
Nice kick too. It's a beautiful kick. Look at this. And at the back is Young. He always in plenty of trouble, and down he goes.
Picked up here and driven across towards Colling. In comes Elliott. He gets the ball over here to George Young. Young fires.
Theodore goes for the short pass into Georgie Young. Unable to mark the ball, Young. Theodore, left foot kick. Plays it a little bit wide. Going for the mark. No one can pick it up. A chance here for George Young. And the magic of George Young is there again.
Now for the ball to go deep into the forward line from the boot of Carter. Coming out there as Dittrich taps it over to Young. Young's got to run into an open goal and puts it through.
Young incident.
1 points the difference in favour of Hawthorn. Looking a lot better now as Swab sends the ball down there looking for Brereton. Picked up by Swab. By Hawker, I should say. He was grabbed too high by Brereton. He's not having a good trot over the last couple of weeks. Hawker's hand pass out there to Fowles. The ball back there towards centre half forward. Kicked quickly away by Ayres. Grabbed nicely by Rains. Rains goes for a short pass. Oh, he copped one from his own mate there that time. Clark from Salmon. Down he went. Picked up by Ezard. Well tackled by Whitman. The ball scooped back. Back there to Platten. Platten can't get cleared. Got a push in the back and he get a free kick. And Clark doesn't look too good. There's a bit of a box on here now. Ezard and Platten having a real go in the two little Rovers. They're like two little bullets.
Everybody's a bit toey at the moment.
I suppose after last year the club has something to prove. Would that be right?
Yes, it is, and plus we've got to prove it to ourselves. We've been a pretty good side all year, so we've got to make the most of it while we're there.
What about the weather? Would you prefer it to be dry or wet, or doesn't it really matter?
It doesn't really matter because football plays through the winter time, so whatever happens, it happens, and that's just the way it's got to be.
And you've got, I think, a personal milestone as well tomorrow, isn't it? Your 360th game.
Oh, yes, but I just playing for the footy club tomorrow, and all the players are going out as 20 together, so we're going to make the most of it.
Well done getting the side there. Congratulations and good luck tomorrow.
Well, thanks, Peter.
Michael Tuck, and now Greg Healy, the Melbourne captain. Greg, congratulations. It's a big week for the Healys, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is, Pete.
I just hope we can go one more tomorrow and cap off a great week for us.
Well, Tucky said it's been a great week down there, and I suppose you'd be the same.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's been a lot of atmosphere around the ground, and it's been great.
Well, the club's got an amazing record, hasn't it? I mean, you've had to win this one, you've had to win the next one, and the next one you just kept winning. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, well, it seems to be the case. We only win when we really have to, so we really have to tomorrow, so hopefully we do.
I asked Michael the question, would you prefer wet or dry? We might get a bit of both. Does it worry you?
No, not at all, Peter. Won't worry us once we get out there. We'll just be in for the ball and go for it.
Well, congratulations on getting this side to the grand final, and good luck tomorrow. May the better team win.
Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Greg. Greg Healy, the Melbourne captain, leading the Demons to their first grand final in 24 years. Drew.
Thank you, Peter. Well, they're the teams lined up there. Hawthorn and Melbourne on the dais here in the Burke Street Mall. We saw them signing orders.
Stints on the bench. Actually started there. Rock, grab, holding the ball. I think the umpire's ruling here. It's going to be a free kick to Footscray, and the recipient will be Cullen. Cullen's at right half back on the defensive 50-metre line towards centre wing. Harris is there. Schwass again. Then well caught by Atkins. The umpire says play on. Cordy does. On to James. Relays it out wide. Long kick by Nicol. Breeze certainly helping that one along.
It's a good kick there by Nicol, because it doesn't help the forwards further up the ground if you just slam it on your boot indiscreetly.
McKenzie's kick is also long. He's got another chance, Nicol, right on the edge of the square. Nothing indiscreet about that, but two North players to one Footscray, and it's left to Steve.
Good effort that to get it out of defence by North. But this is Footscray in the man. That was Maloney tipping it quickly to the boundary line, and they're holding on well, Footscray. And if you can listen to Laurie Dwyer, that North Melbourne at the scoring end in this quarter, so that would mean Footscray will come home with it, but at the MCG I'm a great believer you can score pretty easily either end. That's Passmore, getting it up towards half forward. It's fisted away. Ben Buckley's there. Rocker's there to lend a hand. Also Bretton Harris. Harris with a hand pass. This is Passmore, a hand pass over the top. Jose Romero, an open goal. He's too slow to get rid of it, but he gives it to Sean Smith. He swings onto the left foot. Drops short. Lyle is there. Beaten easily by Fitzpatrick. Across the face of goal. Very too easy. That was Irvine to Wigney, and they really, North did nothing with that forward passage of play there. Should have really converted. Here's their chance though. This is Scholl. A quick kick to half forward, and the mark has been taken by Sean Smith.
Not the most skilled side, are they, North Melbourne, the way they try and they just seem to bang the ball without much direction or purpose, and hope that the fellows up the ground are just in front.
Well, he is yet to score a goal, and his earlier attempt this quarter at a goal was a very poor kick.
Well, I think we share the opinion he's not 100% fit, don't we?
Well, there he is from 40 metres. That's a better looking kick off the boot, and I think has he put it through this time? Yes.
When I found out I was pregnant.
Only 3 goals the difference now. That's as close as North has been in this quarter after a good fight back. Baxter dispossessed. Umpire has blown the whistle, and Peter Baxter will take the free kick at midfield. Peter Baxter, long kick with the breeze, which has sprung up. Over the top was Cronin. Down it comes to Liberatore. Rock gets it clear of him. And good support out there from Romero, but it's out of bounds. And the throw-in will take place centre wing. Tony Liberatore still wearing that, well, what would you call it? I guess it's dried blood now, but he was bleeding profusely in the second term. A nasty whack across the face. This is Atkins. That's kick number 15. And Steve McCann, that'll be about kick number 2 without even looking at the board. B's first. He hasn't had a great day at all. Mark taken by Zeno Tatsaris at the right half-back flank. The Bulldogs trying to keep out North Melbourne. 40 up. Murphy. Well shepherded by Scholl. Onto Buckley. Schwass. Messing around with this. Good tackle by Cordy. Ball finally booted high. Only 2 3/4 minutes left in this quarter, so will we see any more goals? Now the chance for Atkins, a long hand pass. Looks forward, did he find Nicol? No, not quite. Nicol still with a chance. North Melbourne's defence, though, equal to the occasion, and Steele brings the ball around towards the member stand flank. The mark on the wing is taken by Dwyer. He floats it pretty quickly. Harris in pursuit. Maloney. Long ball at the back is Fitzpatrick. 2 hands to that. He should have marked it. Support from Tatsaris. And a good shepherd. And he gets the side out of danger.
Yes, and poor play by Mark Lyle. His feeler takes the mark to Cronin. But Lyle's been badly outpointed up there by Linton Fitzpatrick. Good mark to Buckley coming through centre half back, and he's gone wide. 1-on-1 here. Brenton Harris in front, couldn't take the mark. He's got backup support there. Now, that I think was O'Donoghue bringing that down towards the half-forward line. Footscray through Ron James. Back to the man who gave it to him, and that was Steve McPherson. Good play by McPherson to come and back up his teammate. James is almost caught. Brenton Harris is there. Now Passmore. Baxter was there, and very high tackle. It'll be a free kick to Rock, number 52 at the bottom of that pack, and conditions getting pretty overcast. Might get some rain later in the day. Let's hope not. Here's Maloney, who nearly had his head taken off. Troy Maloney missed him just towards half forward. Oh, loose ball. Shane Williams, hand pass. Back it comes towards his teammate Nicol. Nicol sets it up. Long kick. Gone.
And again, Shane Williams underneath that pack we watched earlier. When he rode the pack brilliantly to go towards goal himself and kick his goal. This time he set it up for Nicol. Well done, Shane Williams. Watch him on left of screen there. Ball punched away. He rode the pack well, knowing that the North Melbourne defender was going to punch away because the Footscray forward was in front and was well read. Good kick also by Nicol.
Under a minute left in the quarter. 24 points the difference now in favour of Footscray. And a few light spots of rain already falling. Here a forecast pretty well spot on. Cronin looking for a free kick, and he will get one from the umpire.
Interesting watching the crowd. As soon as the rain comes, there's a scurry of hands and jumpers.
Isn't there? Bit of a shame. Harris offloads it to Steele. Short pass down the right half forward flank. Cronin again, and Love. And Love, has he kept it in according to the boundary umpire? He has not. 50 metres up. And they're all going for their coats. The Burdians come well prepared, don't they?
And in the senior game, it's fine early. It's a good idea to get a good start and get a lead when it's fine, because it's hard to come from behind when it's wet.
Actual fact, I think all these people are cheering because they believe that Melbourne might have a show because of the rain.
Well, there's the siren for three-quarter time in the reserves game, and Footscray leading by 4 goals. They led by 31 points at half-time. It's fourth quarter of the reserves game, 24 points in favour of Footscray, the hot favourites. The ground certainly won't suffer from any rain on it because it's been pretty hard, as we've noticed. The sun is out at the same time as it's raining.
That could be a handy lead as far as Footscray are concerned. With this rain coming down, 24 points, that ball will get heavy.
Wind knocks the ball down. Passmore intercepts, nearly had his head taken off. Nearly gets caught with the ball. Cullen put his head down. And it's going to be a bounce. So some other rather unusual weather conditions. Pull back from that shot, you'll see the sun's out and it's raining, it's pelting down.
Well, it's the brightest it's been right throughout the game.
This is Buckley. He fumbles. Harris doesn't. Up to half forward, thumped away by Wigney, albeit not very far. Maloney, a fresh air shot. This is Rock. Can't get clear. Sean Smith. A good hand pass. Cronin fires it on to Peter Baxter. Baxter's hand pass taken by Nicol. Has to get around Scholl. Does that sufficiently well to get his kick in. And against the breeze, that's not a bad sort of an effort for a goal.
Oh, there's Sean Smith. He's not too good, but what a beautiful kick this fellow is. We remarked earlier about Stuart Nicol, and he really does favour himself as a long bomb for goal. And as he lined up, that was his second attempt that he actually did kick. Now we watch it here. Here's the handball. Now he'll line up for the long bomb there. Realising someone's coming, he had to readjust himself and still had great confidence in his kicking ability.
And no wonder when you kick like that, Don.
That's his third goal.
Beautiful kick it was. There's the big man in the centre there, Scott Wine. Crashing through though is Darren Steele. They're 5 goals down now, North, so they'll have to get the next couple of goals or the game could be all over. Wigney gets away far too easily there from David Dwyer, and Wigney onto the left foot brings it wide and has put it out of bounds on the full. So that'll be a North Melbourne kick, and it's Darren Steele. Shane Williams on the mark. Now Steele, as Don said though, it's going to be very, very difficult to catch up 5 goals under slippery conditions. David Dwyer from half forward. Now he brought it to the pocket. That's no good. Should have come back towards centre half forward and set it up, because that'll suit Footscray out there, particularly that big man, Scott Wine.
Rain easing off.
Yes, and as we just said a moment ago, conditions very, very bright. It's very light rain. Steve McPherson has worked very, very hard right throughout this game. Has been an excellent player and has gone straight for the boundary line. 15-10 plays 10-10. 22 and a half minutes of play left in this final quarter. Scott Wine against John Longmire, and Longmire in fact came over the top. Oh, beautiful hand pass from Harris to Buckley. Buckley to half forward, and that's a good mark. Yes. And he's added a lot of life around the packs for North
since he's come on, and North Melbourne making another change with Hepburn coming on, and Sean Smith is injured and he has been replaced.
Well, surprised. Well, we thought he hurt himself early in the game. Anthony Rock, they could really do with this goal from 40 metres. Oh, a nice looking kick, except he just hooked it slightly. Actually, style of kicking was good, but he's hooked it across his body and threw for a point. 15-10 to 10-11. There's Sean Smith, and that is the hip that's causing all the problems, and they can be very painful, hip injuries.
Ball back into play. To the outer side, Cronin late on the scene, and there's Rock again.
Playing well.
He is playing well. Too far out to score. He'll be 70 metres out, so decides to centre the ball. Good tactics. At the fall of the ball for North Melbourne was Dwyer. That's not a bad sort of a kick. I think he's put that through. He has. It's a goal.
Nesson no.
112. That was Fitzpatrick's first goal. Spivak boots Footscray forward again. Up past centre half forward. Now he's got another chance here. Diving on top of it was Mackenzie. This is Williams. It's a scramble out there, and the umpire will bounce it inside 50, about 45 metres from goal.
Well, 38 points the difference, and that's a pretty tall task, isn't it? To ask North Melbourne, and the way they're playing, I don't think they could possibly catch that amount.
Well, it's only just as Footscray finished on top, haven't they? And Footscray finished in second position after the home and away series.
And Footscray looked the more dangerous side today, as we see Liberatore on the bottom of that pack. Atkins comes in to lend a hand. Now it's Wind. Oh, clever little chip kick across. A chance for Baxter. He runs in. Ooh. He can straighten up Peter Baxter. Goes for home. And I think he's drilled it. No, he's missed. Just offline. So, Steve McCann on the bench again, Don.
And one other senior, talking about Steve McCann, one other senior player that's had a dirty day is Brian Cordy.
Yes, he's been pretty quiet, Brian. Well, there's a good mark. Well, you pay that. A slippery ball to Nickel. The umpire didn't think so. Is Murphy. Well, I think he's got a long way to go, Michael Murphy.
Bit slow, do you think, Peter?
Yes, lacks pace, and well, he'll have to work on that over the summer. There's Nickel again onto that left foot, bringing it towards full forward. Out in front was Mackenzie. They've had a good battle, Mackenzie and Campbell. Mackenzie again heads for the line and taps it over.
All day coming back on for Footscray. And Big Wind is going off. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket. Over the head of Liberatore. And opens the way for Schwass. And loads with a spiral punt kick up towards midfield. And a good strong mark for North Melbourne has been dragged in by Longmire. He's already kicked 2, make that 3 goals. Longmire up over the 50-metre line. Lyle and Fitzpatrick. Cronin should get the bounce. He does. Out to Fitzpatrick again, and Lyle. Fitzpatrick had the extra pace, but it still beat him over the line.
They've got to move Lyle from full forward. That's just a non-contest up
Where
there.
would you put him?
Well, off the ground.
He's just come off the bench.
Fitzpatrick's just doing as he likes at full-back.
Well, Sean Smith is injured, so I guess they haven't really got too many options, Peter, have they?
I just wonder if the other guy on the bench is fit, because if he was, I'd have him on there at full forward. Lyle, they're just running off him far too
You've got McCann. Would you put McCann on instead of Lyle?
Well, I think he'd be a better full forward, wouldn't he? Well, the way he's performed today, you'd have to argue that, wouldn't you? Well, how many kicks is... You look at the stats, Don. How many's Lyle had?
So McCann's had 2 kicks. He could have got his third before.
How many's Lyle had? Have a look at that. He's had 6. Yeah, well, that's not much as 8 between the two of them, so they haven't really got too many options. Anyway, let's get on with the play. North into attack again, knocked away by Wigney. Picked up by Irvine for Footscray. It's farmed out. Oh, Cronin nearly got one too high. Still did well to get rid of the ball. Harris, perhaps a little bit slow. Passmore. The hand pass over the top. Buckley gets it on to Murphy. Down towards full forward. A good mark taken by Linton Fitzpatrick again. There it is again. Unbelievable.
He is slow because Linton Fitzpatrick is not real quick either.
Well, he's quicker than Lyle. You'd think you'd make a move, wouldn't you?
They did. They just brought him on.
Up the centre wing. Nicol playing in front. Has it knocked away at the last minute. He almost was paid that mark. And next to the interchange area, it will be a boundary throw-in. Have another Valiant, Don. Passmore does the ruck work. Hurried hand pass. Good knock on by Schwass. No runners there for North Melbourne. Footscray defence manning up well through the agency of Tatsaris on Pickering. And it'll be a boundary throw-in. Left half forward flank. But the runner has gone down to Mark Lyle. 78 to 113. Bring the runner on, Don. That'll give you some pace. Good knock on for North Melbourne by Hepburn all day. Bottom of that pack.
If you gathered that I don't like ruckman resting at full forward, Pete,
I did gather that, actually.
You're dead right. You need a specialist there.
Oh. Hepburn again gets the tap down. Tatsaris' kick is all but smothered. Ramiro takes the hand pass from Love. High up towards full forward. Wigney gets it down to McPherson. And Maloney sees Footscray get clear again.
Yes, they're very good in defence, Footscray. Beautiful kick. The mark is dropped down there by Shane Williams, though. That will be a little bit slippery. Darren Steele hugs the boundary line and, in fact, puts it over.
Well, North Melbourne have made a change. And would you believe that Hepburn has come off and Sean Smith has come on, and he's going to full forward.
And about time. So pretty right through, was it?
I think they've got a direct line up here, Peter. They've listened to you.
Well, he'll contest down there, Sean Smith. Even though he's injured, he will contest hard.
This is Cullen for Footscray. 12 minutes or just over left in the game. It should be a Footscray flag in the reserves. Cullen's kick up to the practice wicket area. Nicol and Steele. Ball falls free. Now a hand pass taken by Schwass from Lyle. It's up over the 50-metre line. Dwyer, good mark.
Actually, that was a great passage of play there by Swash as well. He realised he didn't quite have the speed, but changed direction. Just went to his right, veered to the right, upset his chase of opponent chasing, and then the long kick down to O'Dwyer.
Dwyer, inside 50. Shoots and has put it through for a goal. So a handy goal to North Melbourne, but I think time is going to beat them, and also Footscray. Is that a push in the back? Ramiro will take the free kick at midfield.
Well, they need 5 goals in just over 11 minutes, Pete.
And that's pretty well impossible. I'm trying to put toothpaste back in the tube. It's a hard task all day. He's rucked well, I guess, from limited opportunities. He had a good spring. He's had a few stints on the bench. Now this is Passmore. Sees the ball over the boundary line in front of fellow redhead Steve McPherson. McPherson's played well today, capped it off with 3 good goals. Got Footscray rolling in the second quarter. Now comes down to North Melbourne's O'Donoghue. This is Linton Fitzpatrick again. A nice balk. Not the greatest of kicks though, but the desired result was there. Now Kerr picks it up well. Well shepherded by Passmore. Kerr straight down the ground. The only way for the Kangaroos to go. Oh, mark or free kick, whatever. Is it Harris has got it, or Smith? No, Smith.
Well, that hurt him too. Shown a lot of courage, hasn't he? Smith to play with that.
He's copped a few.
Open hand. The open hand, they don't hurt.
Thanks, Don. They do it a cold day. Sean Smith has kicked 1 goal, and I think rather sore. Ball off the side of the boot a little bit. Oh, almost a good mark down there to Mackenzie. He really backed himself with that one. Irvine takes it out. It'll be a throw in about 5 metres from the behind post.
Well, he's really hurt. He's got a very sore hip and he's holding his ribs. So he might have a rib injury. I'll tell you what, that's a gutsy effort. If he's come on with a rib injury, it's a great effort. There's a quick snap at the goals. Across the face there. Smith flying again. Trying hard, Sean Smith. Ron James is there, a very highly skilled player, James. Fitzpatrick has had a terrific second half on the back line. I think he's been moved out to the half back line now, actually, Linton Fitzpatrick. Darren Steele will probably head for the line. Could have been given a free kick there, but wasn't. In fact, it's Kerr, I should say.
It's been a solid performer on the half-back line, Robert Kerr.
Well, Lyle is doing the ruck work. He's beaten for it, though, by Nickel. Quick kick down towards half-forward, but the mark has been taken by Passmore, who's probably in his best position down there deep in defence. Michael Passmore towards centre wing. Lyle in front, fisted away. Ramiro's died out of the game.
Smith off again.
And McCann coming on.
There's Atkins to James. And he's gone wide, finds Cullen. This is danger because Cullen sets it up for McPherson, who drops the mark, but he's able to get back onto the left foot, and he misses.
Actually, that was very lackadaisical play. Cullen #1 because it wasn't a good kick, and McPherson, he was in he was in an all-win situation, realised it, but it was too casual and finished up a no-win situation.
I don't think it'll change the end result, Don. Buckley marking on the 50-metre defence line for North Melbourne. Decides predictably to go straight down the ground, and the mark is taken for the Kangaroos by Longmire. Just over 8 minutes left in the game. Fitzpatrick got a hand to it. Love decides to break clear, or in fact try to. It's left to Tatsaris to do the cleaning up work for Footscray, which he does well. A late tackle ultimately wobbles the kick off the boot. Steele, no, it's not Steele. It's Kerr. They both got red hair.
Well, you fell for the same trap as me a moment ago, Pete.
Thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah. They look very alike when they run for the ball.
Yes, Passmore here is a little redder than the rest. He's a real carrot top. Boris Becker-like. Back it comes to Shane Williams. He was of the same tinge, but not quite as bright. Here's a couple of redheads. Speaking of such, McPherson and Passmore. And the ball out of bounds. Inside 50, it's about 45 metres from goal. Sunshine trying to break through again after that shower we had. Lyle at the back. And North Melbourne will get clear. The ball booted away by Murphy. It's up to the centre wing position. 2-on-1 in favour of Footscray all day. As I said before, has rucked fairly well today.
He's improved his mobility over the last couple of years. He really has. He was just a big, slow, lumbering plotter. All of a sudden, he's got a bit of skill into his game.
And a bit of spring.
And a bit of speed, too.
Now, chance for North. It's picked up for them by O'Donoghue. Towards half-forward. Dwyer gives out a good hand pass. It's taken away by Pickering. Pickering centering kick off the hands of the pack. Cronin is there for Footscray. So too is Love for North Melbourne. Slung off it. Ramiro the chance. Dwyer. Drag. Did he have it? Paddles it forward. Still a chance for the Kangaroos. And Ramiro battles on well, but Fitzpatrick in the goal square. Safe. Nullified the good work and put it out of bounds on the full. Too casual, perhaps, Don. Free kick, O'Donoghue. And the mark is taken for North Melbourne now by Buckley.
Buckley's opened up the face of goal, but he's no nearer.
I thought he'd almost be further out, actually.
He is further out.
Buckley from 50 metres off the side of the boot. McCann the flyer all day likewise, picked up by Love. A snapshot for North Melbourne is through.
Malcolm, just a...
As the ball is deep in that Footscray forward pocket area, there are only 4 goals down North, but only 5.5 minutes of play left in this match. 17-12 to 13-12, and that's not an insurmountable lead. 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go.
They couldn't possibly take that back there.
No, I wouldn't think so, but you never know. A couple of quick goals. Funny game, football.
Not wrong there.
There's a kick by Nickel. Here's a chance for Shane Williams. And that actually hit the behind post, so that'll be out of bounds for a throw-in.
He's done well, hasn't he, Nicol, up in that centre-half forward position. He's ruck work, he's kicking for goal, he's marking. Well, here he is doing the ruck work, as you say, Don. Down to Cordy, check side, banana kick, whatever you want to call it, has hit the post.
Posted. 4:46 left in the game, 25 points. It's all but run for North Melbourne. This is Kerr now. Brings the ball back into play. And a good mark by Atkins. With that red hair. There's a few redheads out there, isn't he? Isn't there? Looks like Brad Hardy at a distance. Spiral punt kick. Certainly got some distance with that. Here's a chance for North Melbourne. Scholl out to Kerr. Finally picked up out there on the outer flank by Steele. To Passmore. Slippery ball. Back to Atkins again. Baxter. Liberatore around Rock. And that's a really high kick. Nicol in the centre of the pack. Knocked away by Mackenzie. Back to Ramiro. Tries to find Lyle. Should have gone the knock on perhaps. Good tackle McPherson. Who's got it? It's holding the ball. I think that was predictable.
He's a very slow mover, isn't he? And slow thinker, Mark Lyle.
I don't know about the latter, but certainly didn't move too quickly there. So Steve McPherson, who's kicked 3 goals. Short pass, looks for James, couldn't find him at the fall of the ball. Schloss. So too is Svira, pressuring him, likewise Cronin. Puts it back to midfield. Over the back, Dwyer in front is Allday. That's a good mark. No play on, says the umpire. Allday hasn't heard him, neither has the man on the mark, Dwyer. He's gone out wide and he's found Steve McPherson. McPherson just off the practice wicket area at left half forward. He's kicked 3 goals for Footscray, as has Nicol. This is Cullen now taking the mark. Cullen's been a rather handy player. Into the pocket. No success in that move. Ball out of bounds. It'll be thrown in about 35 metres from the behind post. Hitting up a little bit sore was Scholl.
Crowd strangely quiet too for a grand final.
Like a public library, Don, isn't it?
It's usually they're starting to get a little vocal.
Oof, Rock nearly had his head taken off. Gets the hand pass out to O'Donoghue, and he gets North clear.
It's a beautiful play again, led by young Rock. Fitzpatrick's had a magnificent quarter. He's just dominated that back line. So you see a good mark there taken by Scholl. This is Craig Scholl, who I know at the start of the year North Melbourne had very high hopes for. Is all day attempting to take the mark. It's at centre wing. North Melbourne desperately trying to get it forward. Fitzpatrick comes in and gets yet another kick. As he hooks it back towards the half forward line. O'Donoghue goes back. He can't grab it. Murphy's here. He'll probably let this head for the line. He does. And all the sting's gone right out of North Melbourne. We've got just over 2 minutes of play left in this match, and Footscray have it well won. 17-13 to 13-12 as Brenton Vilton's about to come on the ground short.
Liberatore kicks it straight out of bounds. That will do Footscray's cause no harm.
He's had a quiet day, hasn't he, Tony Liberatore, having won the Gardner Medal
for the second time, I think.
Very well decorated player, having won the Morrish Medal and 2 Gardner Medals.
Lyle gets this one out the back to Rock. Cullen, I think, got kicked in the shin. Ball built it up to Campbell. It eludes him, and also Mackenzie is through for 1 behind. A minute and a half left in the game. 17-14 to 13-12. So 26 points the difference in favour of Footscray after they trailed at quarter time by a point, but they got their act together. After that, this is Murphy. Looked around for the ball and ultimately found it. This is Schwass now at right centre wing. Back to that same player in Murphy. Over the top to Ramiro, who seems to have recovered from that knock he got. Tatsaris, we thought, got it in the back. This is McCann, only kick number 3 for the day. Much away from Fitzpatrick. A chance for Longmire to fire a goal, which he does, and find success. So 4 goals to John Longmire. Losing score, not a bad effort. 20 points to them.
Yes, and you see there, North Melbourne players realise that their case is lost. Premiers, well deserved too. They've been on top all year. Been the outstanding reserve side. And this man has been outstanding today, Atkins. Beautiful long kick, terrific kick that was to Campbell. And Campbell is marked about 40 metres out from goal. Now he's kicking it across goal, looking for the loose man. Let's see if it comes off. Nicol's there. It's a stalemate as players pouncing on top of the ball. The clock ticking down. 20 seconds of play left in this match.
by the time the umpire bounces it, might be lucky to even get a kick in here. 10 seconds. We may not get any more play. Keep talking, Peter. 5 seconds. We're not going to see any more play. No one's going to get a kick. Is the umpire about to bounce it? There's the siren. And so Footscray, meritorious winners of the reserve grade competition. Joy in the Footscray box, joy out on the field. The final scores 17-14, 116, defeating North Melbourne 14-12, 96. And I suppose if we were to pick a quarter in which the Bulldogs won it, it was the second term when they beat it 9-4, North Melbourne's 4-2, and they were never headed from that point on. North Melbourne 1 or 2 stages, got to within 18 points, but Footscray had the numbers, they were able to go on with it, and around the ground, a much stronger side.
Tony Liberatore, Brenton Vilchins, Rod Alston.
Pretty happy man.
Oh, well, you would be. I wonder where he'll be next year.
I think Footscray would be very keen to keep him as a backup to Mick Malthouse. Be a good double. And they're following the pattern out of Collingwood that Lee Matthews adopted. Don, bring in the youth. It didn't pay dividends last year, but I think we saw it for Collingwood this year, and I'm sure Footscray will certainly be improved next year with the youth they've got in this premiership winning reserves grade side. So checking the final scores, Footscray 17-14, 116, winning the reserve grade flag over North Melbourne 14-12, 90 on the boundary now, and he speaks with victorious coach Rod Austin.
Thanks very much, Pete. Well, that's a relief and a pleasure for you, Rod.
It sure is. It's 26 years since Footscray side stood on the ground and enjoyed a premiership, and full credit to the boys. And to Simon Atkins. So I really do like this. Terrific.
You didn't need that.
Total respect, fellas. Total respect.
You managed to keep out of the rain while it was happening. Thanks very much.
Yeah, terrific.
And of course, the different results. What happened to you last year?
Oh, yes, last year was disappointing, and actually there's only 7 players I think from last year's side, and the boys who were here are determined to do very well, and the new players we brought in this year, the first year players have been terrific.
A pretty scrappy first quarter, and then it came good. What was the difference?
Oh, that's just the way I think we play. I mean, we have to scratch and bite and everything else and start and get sides realising that they're playing against Footscray and make it very hard for them. Then we can start playing football in the game flows from there. We like it tight and tough early. That's the only way we can do it, so we're quite happy for that.
Well, I can't let you go without finding out what you're going to do next year.
I'm going to have a good night tonight. I don't know about next year yet, but I'm really night tonight, I tell you.
Amongst the players that you have got here and today, particularly who were you pleased with?
I was pretty happy with the overall team. I mean, it's hard to individualise straight after the game. I thought the back line was terrific. Troy Maloney, Zeno, Fitzpatrick, Phil Cronin, Stewie Wigney, all those blokes. So they did a terrific job, and they really set the game for the forward line. They held out when it was necessary, and the forward line players, when they played in front, did a good job too. The centre line, I think winning centre line MCG is one of the keys to it, and I thought our 3 centre line players did very well over the whole day.
You look around the ground at the flags, it seems to be a swirling breeze, and yet at ground level it favours the grand western end. Is it a factor?
Oh, I think you're right when you say the windows swirl, and obviously with the kicking and the skills they were down a bit. I don't think it really favours one end. Psychologically, ground teams drift this way a bit, but overall, no. I think it's just when the ball's in the air, you just make the most of it, because it is like how it's playing now, so there's no real advantage.
Congratulations, Rod. Have a good night tonight. All the best.
Thanks very much.
Pete, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Steve, and congratulations to Rod Austin and the Footscray boys. A job well done.
Commiserations to the boys from North Melbourne. They put up a great fight and they've had a very good final series. Just a word of thanks to Rod Austin, our coach, who's done a fantastic job with the young blokes here. And what you're looking at today is the future of the Footscray Football Club. Well done.
I'm sure we'd all like to hear.
Job well done.
Players would be pretty tired, I would think. Having a look at Justin Madden and Michael Byrne, if they're any indication. And they jostle again for control of the football. Bays, left foot shot by Bays in short. Coleman can't mark. Aitken there, and it's rushed through for another behind. So, 3 straight goals, and Malcolm Blight, you'd be the football tipster of the century.
Well, the mathematician.
What's Silvani's moved back out into Morwood, and Aitken's gone on to Coleman at full forward.
Kennedy's kick half back, Members side, tap over by Madden. Bolton read it though, got the hand pass back to Potter. Potter into the pocket. Stevie Wright just fumbles, got enough time to recover. Kicks it to the front of the goal square. Alvin takes the mark. Got a player in support in Robertson, but he gives it to Aitken. Aitken over the top. Silvani's in trouble. Gets the hand pass away. Good recovery by Murphy. Tackled by Robertson. Murphy back to Mitchell. Mitchell short kick. No mark. Silvani has it underneath him. He can't really do much with the football, and the umpire will come in and ban.
Hand pass to Coleman. Coleman's kick is a high one. Over towards centre-half forward. Francis there, couldn't hold the mark. Burton got one across the head that time, but Francis weaving his way through the back goes down. Doesn't know where to go now. The ball pushed forward by Welsh. A hand pass coming out from Healy over to Bolton. This looks dangerous. Williams has grabbed well collared that time and dropping the ball. That was a magnificent tackle that time by Welsh.
Because Bolton really set him up with that one.
Well, a bit of a box on here now.
I think Williams got one rather strongly.
Well, it's a pretty tough game out there. No big pardons at all.
Dersmer off the ground and Coleman came on, and you called him Lou, but it was the player Dersmer to go off.
On replay, that was where Burton caught one, and he really has caught one.
Staggered him a bit. There's a bad kick and a good mark taken here by Bays, right on the point of the square. They're trailing by 7 points. They go deep into attack. Capper at the back again. Can he take this one? The kid playing in front. The ball hits the deck. Down goes Edmund. Did they get into his back? The umpire said no. It'll be a ball up about 25, 30 metres out from the Swans' goal. Now they're trailing by 7 points. 61 plays 54 in favour of the Tigers. Just on the 25-minute mark of this second quarter.
Bow on for Burton, Luke.
Okay, Pete. Ball out wide. Poole playing a great game. Anticipated that bounce beautifully. He goes for the long kick, but it's not a good one, and marked here by Carroll out there in the half-back flank position. The pressure really on the Swans' defence now.
Well, can they answer the challenge dished up by Richmond? Richmond taking the game right up to them and looking the better side at the moment. Paul Morwood missed the mark on centre wing. Poole's there with him. It's scooped out to Roberts. In turn to Danaher. Tries to draw Smith to him. Edmund, good tackle, Hawke on Jess. Out to Landy, who's done a good job down there. Landy from the boundary line has put it over it a little bit further up the field. It will be a free kick to the Swans, and to take it will be Paul Morwood. Time on in the second quarter, which has been a good one for Richmond. Danaher's going to take it now. In the middle is Kappa, knocked away by Ryan. Chunk for Scott, he got it out to Hawke. 4 Richmond players are there, and they'll be content to see it over the boundary line. Will they? No. It comes out to Ryan. Ryan from the right back pocket. Long kick, well up to the half back line. Craig Johnson watching the match will be happy with Coleman there. Coleman fires at a hand pass, a poor one. Tommy Havey wouldn't be happy with that. Now it's picked up by Gerard Healy, who kicked 3 goals in the first quarter, onto Greg Williams. Williams, a short kick, though, not well directed. The mark taken by Francis, who decides to play on quickly. Back up towards centre field. Richmond running. Poole. Long hand pass. Over the top. Hogg. Back it goes. Waitman at half forward. Poole says go long. He will. The Flea has a shot at goal. Looks pretty good. Wait on the goal umpire. Full points.
Well, Joe, we saw there the value of somebody talking, because Trevor Poole went down virtually alongside Dale Waitman, pointed to the goals, and so Poole gives it over the top now to Hogg. Hogg goes on, and we can see Poole, he was just running there, just out of camera, and he was telling Waitman, you have all the time in the world, steady, and there's the difference. The player able to kick the goal, and Poole at the moment doing an excellent job in the centre.
6 goals to 2 this quarter in favour of Richmond.
And Poole's had 12 possessions up to this match, but every that's Waitman, I should say, but Poole doing a great job. Lee made the difference since going to the ruck in this start of this second quarter. Hand pass from Waitman. There's a running shot by Poole. What's he done with it? Through for 1 point, so it's 14 points the difference, and the Tigers are looking good, but it's early days yet. 14 points in front into the second quarter by just on 27.5 minutes. I reckon this one will run about another 3 minutes. The ball goes out wide. A chance now for Scott to mark. Couldn't hold that one. Coming in to meet it is James. A hand pass back there to Hogg. Taps the ball on. Browning snatches out the pack, but he's run into trouble. Threw that one away. Mitchell tries to help out, but tapped on by Eustace over to James. Hooks the ball up there to Roach. He's trying to tap it on. He has. But there's Tui tapping it in front of him. He'll play it safe and through for 1 point. By golly, hit the fence pretty hard there too.
second time today he's done that.
15 points now, 69 plays, 54, and he's rubbing his head, no wonder.
Knowing too, it's offensive after way, I reckon.
He's a goer. Short pass, and the ball marked down there in the back pocket by Williams. And I must agree, Bob, that Poole's been a far more effective today than a player than Williams. Out it comes now towards the wing position. There'll be a free kick to Ian Roberts for sure. He was grabbed when he didn't have the ball. And he'll take that free kick out there on the centre wing position. 15 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. And they're looking all right. Mark dropped by Paul Morwood. Bayes goes after him, but they pounce on top of him, and here can't get clear. Now that's Bauer out there trying to get on top or get the ball away from Bayes. I notice there's this Richmond side got a lot of tall players, Bob.
Yes, there's quite a bit of height there, Lou, and they're working hard. They're playing far better football than the Swans, and their forward line is a lot more disciplined. The Swans forward line, I think, all want to kick the goals.
Well, there's no doubt about it since coming off the ground too in the ruck. Not that Ironmonger's playing a bad game, but Mark Lee has certainly made the difference. They've put Ironmonger under pressure. Ball kicked up there by Coleman. It's a wild one. And that'll only be a free kick and a mark to Landy. And Landy down there at half-back takes the mark for the Tigers. Into this quarter by just on 29 and a half minutes. It's 8 goals, 6:54 Sydney to Richmond, 10-9-69.
Cool. On right centre wing, not a good hand pass. He hasn't made many mistakes today, Paul, but couldn't get that one around Williams. And it will be a boundary throw-in on centre wing, perhaps slightly favouring the Swans forward line. 29 and a half minutes into the term.
I think Williams just got the message that he has to tighten up a little bit.
Mitchell tries to get clear of Eustace, holding the ball.
See, they're tackling well the Tigers today.
And Eustace playing really well.
He's playing a good game, isn't he? Especially in this quarter. Eustace from right half-back in towards centre field. Browning goes the knock-away, picked up by Glenn Coleman. Boot the ball quickly down the half-forward. Mitchell again. Certainly missing Steely Wright around the ground, though, serving a 1-week suspension. 15-metre penalty. He didn't take advantage of it, but the end result was okay because the mark is taken by Williams about, well, let me see, about 50 metres out. Might be a little bit closer. He's not the longest kick in the side. And they certainly need a goal at the moment. They've only scored 2 for the quarter, whereas Richmond have scored 6. The Swans, to be successful today, would certainly have to lift their game. Greg Williams' kick is off target. I'll wait on the goal umpire. He says 1 point. And so the scoreboard reading 8 goals, 7, 55 to 10-9-69, a difference of 14 points. And Dr. Edelston and party not too happy at the moment. Jess to the Wongal stand wing. Ball hits the deck and it's picked up down there by Poole. On towards the centre wing position as the siren goes, just as Manton gets his kick. And at half-time, Richmond enjoying a 14-point lead after they trailed at quarter-time by 12. It's 10-9-69 to 8-7-55.
Well, a good performance by the Tigers. They were in plenty of trouble in that second quarter when they were trailed by 18 points, but the difference came when, of course, they put Mark Lee onto the ground. Not that he's really dominated the game, but he certainly put plenty of pressure on Ironmonger, who was well in charge in the ruck. And, of course, when Lee's playing well, he's an inspiration. That set the team aflame. And all over the ground, they had many good players. Their defence tightened up. And down there, of course, on the forward line, they played very open football. With a bit of luck, a couple of players there, particularly Pickering, could have kicked a couple of easy goals. Kappa, well, he's looking okay, but he's got to get the run. But he's kicked, what, 3 goals up to this stage, 4 goals up to this stage of the match, which is a fine effort. There's no doubt about it when he's firing, one of the most exciting players. There's the young fella that's got the very difficult job of containing him. That's young Ryan. And, of course, Ryan wouldn't be that happy with his performance today. But then again, when a kid's playing his first game like an aerial artist, or against an aerial artist like Kappa, well, you've got to really do something out of this world.
Okay, well, that's it at half-time. A 14-point advantage to Richmond after they trailed at quarter-time by 12. We'll take a break, and we'll be back to have Bob Skilton's summary and look at some of the half-time entertainment in just a moment.
On to Waitman, Poole coming down, telling Waitman that he could steady and take as much time as he liked, and Waitman doing exactly that. It was a wonderful team effort by the Tigers. For fullback, Ryan tightened up against Kappa, even though Kappa did kick 2 goals for the term, and so far 4 goals, but he was a good player in that term, Ryan. Jimmy Jess was fine at centre half back. What got past either of those 2 players, Landy made sure that he picked up. Around the packs, we saw Eustace playing a fine game. Ania played a little bit better. but you couldn't really say much about the Swans. Gerard Healy with 3 goals in the first quarter, completely went out of the game in that quarter. Mitchell kept playing quite well, but nowhere near as good as in the first quarter. And across the centre, they were beaten on almost every occasion. Richmond got the ball easily out of defence and had the loose man across the centre line, which then set up the play with handball over the top. It was a fine quarter of football from the Tigers, and it's not hard to see why they've won 3 of their last 4 games.
Bob, it's interesting to notice on this small ground that the Tigers have had, what, 22 more kicks than the Swans, and which goes to prove the longer you kick the ball, the more direct you go, the better chance you've got of scoring.
17 more marks too.
That's right.
The Tigers have led them to the ball, Lou, and the quickness of their tackling has been very impressive. They have never at any stage allowed the Swans to steady, and once they get a handball...
Number of celebrities, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do with them, but some of the celebrities involved, Channel 7 Sydney's Terry Willacy. I can see Jeannie Little out there. I believe Dawn Fraser was introduced. That's Jeannie Little there. And we've got those 4 big balls down the other end. Now, what's going to happen, Lou? You should be up
Well,
with this.
I don't know what's going on. It's rather intriguing with those 4 big balls with number 1 written on them. And there's Bugner, isn't it, dressed up as a bear. Well, I don't know exactly what happens, but golly, they're big, aren't they?
They're rather large.
And, well, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But we've certainly had a pretty entertaining game up to this stage of the match. They'd have to take a bit of doing to outstage the standard of play here, Pete.
They certainly would. All right, I think while that's sort of getting ready, we might take a look at some of the footy highlights brought to you by Bob Jane, T-Mart 6 World of Sport earlier this afternoon.
It was a big day for the Demons. Here we are in their square at Nichols. Does the right thing, goes back, picks it up and goals.
Picked up by Saunders.
There are a lot of wrong things done by Footscray.
Thrown out by Hawkins, it's picked up by Isold.
And Isold appreciated this one.
Melbourne by 3. A bit of confidence.
Peter Moore spent the day down in the forward line.
A snap at goal, this could be all.
Also waiting down was Fidge.
Person, good tackle, Dixon. Picked up
Fidge again, onto the running Richards, and the Demons looking good.
Richards. Shot at goal, looks pretty good. I think he's dubbed it, he had.
Let's have a look at the work of the great Robert Flower.
Robbie Flower, who started slowly but playing well. Now lovely ball. Around 1, around 2, touches the ball on the ground, fires out the hand pass, Banniston, everywhere. Wallace.
Flower to Wallace.
Rebound.
Beautifully intercepted by White.
Well, sure.
And he set sail for home.
I don't think Kennedy's touched that run. Oh, wait. It's a goal.
And at last for the Demons, there was some gold at the end of the rainbow. Onto a punt properly, but it goes. Well, the Lions got the early jump against North Melbourne.
He goes. In the square. Can he take them up?
Scott McIver had his parents at the ground, and he started the day in fine fashion with Philip Cracker starting off the first half in defence.
Away by Quinlan, waiting down his neck. Conlon towards goal, and swinging back, and he's picked it. Great goal, Mickey Conlon.
Down or what, Sandy?
In the second half,
here's the pass, and it's
Philip Cracker into the forward line.
Cracker at half forward.
And it was a 9-goal third quarter.
Beauty to Phil Cracker.
But the Royals were
Here he is in
blitzed.
the forward line.
Let's have a look at Cracker in action.
He looks in trouble back behind play. Jim Cracker, Phil Cracker, I should say, takes it. A well-placed kick to Hickey. Straight down towards half forward, and once again, Phil Cracker. The hand pass across to Arceri. His kick going towards goal. It's through. Arceri brings up his second.
Those hand pass to Arceri a little
Philip
short.
Cracker making the game look just so easy.
Another one. North Melbourne are running hot.
Goal, it's across the face. Phil Cracker's there waiting.
How easy is that, he said.
Phil Cracker takes the marks. Fargo waiting for the short kick and pops it from Phil Cracker right into the chest. He's on immediately. Pushed in the side by Phil Cracker. Now Cracker will go towards goal. Have a look at this in the square.
Watch out for the umpire.
Into the goal umpire he goes. And through
at the back. Now Jonas can do the shepherding. Philip picks it up. Back to Jonah. Goal. Quick answer. And North are looking good. Phil Cracker. Beautiful handball to Rowan Robertson, who snaps at goal and bounces it through, and North Melbourne are home. Up forward by Arceri. Don't tell me the Crackers are going to put the sealer on it again to Jonas. He takes a mark, plays on, and good night.
And North Melbourne going on to record a good victory over Fitzroy.
Now to the Blues and the Cats. And Molly Meldrum, what a start here to the game.
In Wayne Blackwell. Blackwell ducks back. Over the back is Meldrum, who's in great form. He hooks it back. Oh, that's a beautiful looking kick. It's a goal for Meldrum. A top goal.
Into the half-forward zone. Mossop tries for a position, can't find one. Meldrum beaten on that occasion. It's tapped back to Meldrum. He goes at the left.
He had the ball on a string in that first term.
Well. What a great piece of work by Meldrum.
Ball is over to Blackwell. Blackwell to Meldrum. Is this his
Here's another one.
He stabs. And I think he's got it. Yes.
It's there, but what a bad kick.
Down to the Geelong forward line. There's a great left foot snap
I think he has.
from Ablett.
He has. That was a great goal.
Stoneham and Dool. Stoneham
now bustling Billy Brownless.
Is this Billy Brownless into the open
Picks it up beautifully and a good running goal.
Brownless for a lovely goal.
One more goal to Geelong, made further afield. Kernahan.
Although the Cats came back to within 13 points in the third term, the Blues were able to steady as Blackwell blasts another one.
Highlights was captured by 7 Sport cameras yesterday. Back here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, we're in the middle of the ball race. They've all got number 1, so it's pretty hard to see which team is which. I don't know whether that's to confuse us or not.
I think that might be Dawn Fraser there. Is that no, it's not Dawn Fraser, is it?
Which one? That's not Dawn. That's not Dawn either.
No, but someone said it was Dawn Fraser.
Well, she is out there, or was out there.
And Joe Bugner, Terry Willis.
I think a couple of the Swanettes.
I don't think that's Dawn Fraser, that one there.
No. It's all pretty exciting stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's entertainment for the crowd. That's one thing, isn't it?
The crowd enjoying it. No, we've got another
bit of entertainment for the crowd.
I think these guys have taken it pretty seriously too. Don't you reckon? They're having to win it. Don't you? Would you say, Pete?
I would say so.
Look at them.
The balls are rather large.
Yeah, and they
pretty hard to see around them.
Those two guys are rather fit too.
That's not a guy there on the right, is it, Lou?
I don't know what it is.
No, I think that might be one of the Swanettes. We'll bring you the result of this very exciting stuff in just a moment.
People have been waiting with bated breath, haven't they?
Look, go out and get another coldie from the fridge, and we'll be back in just a moment.
In some tyre stores, especially those owned by tyre manufacturers, your choice of brands could be limited to only one. At Bob Jane T-Marts, they carry a wide range of the best Australian and imported brands. And with over 80 T-Marts fitting thousands of tyres every day, Bob Jane has the buying power to heavily discount every one of these top brands. So always get a competitive price from your Bob Jane T-Mart. You get a wider choice and a better deal on time.